Hi guys, good morning. It's time to go to work again. It's time to go to work. First thing is resilience, which is definitely the perfect card for you because we're talking about somebody who works their life away. You work so hard, baby. You deserve a raise. Okay, yeah, we do. We deserve a raise. You're very resilient. You're very dependable. You carry a lot at home and in work. People know that they can rely on you and they see you as strong and they see you as somebody who can overcome anything. In fact, people don't actually know that some of you guys are even struggling with anything because of the way that you carry it so well. It does say that some of you guys are struggling with a beginning that you really want to come into fruition, that you're struggling to make happen. This is a person or a project that you've been working on for a very long time. And it's saying that past life emotions live in you and that you are expressing more than you think you are. And we talked a little bit about that last week about how even I don't know if I think I uploaded the video last night of me crying over James. James died in 2015. Sometimes we don't really know exactly, what it is that we're upset about. We just feel funny and we feel out of place, and it's where you just really got to channel in and pay attention to things. And you know what? Talk about it. Talk about it. Even if you feel funny, even if you cry, even if you don't know what to do, even if you're feeling like you don't even have anybody to talk to, just say it. Go outside and light a bonfire and write a letter. Read it to the universe, quietly. You don't even have to make any noise. There's so many different things that you can do, you guys. But you do need to do some release rituals. After my boss died, Martin, I had all of his paperwork and the things that I felt like I felt mattered, at the time. And I wrote a lot of poems when my sister died, and I had stuff that James had given me and Edward had given me and letters and all this stuff, and I burnt them. I kept a couple, because I don't want to forget everything, but I just, I keep in mind how energy lingers. It dwells. And it's honestly bad enough to sit there and have yourself think about something for so long, let alone have energy and objects in your house that belong to the person. People forget, that energy is in objects and it lives within you. So, honestly, until you wash the walls, sage the place, remove the items or the objects, and almost do like some kind of like cleaning ritual, which I don't even know what it is because I don't do anything like that, but I do sage and I grow it. You guys can get a plant and you guys can grow your own sage, and you guys can get lavender, go pick lavender this spring, and make your guys' own hand. You guys can touch your own things and make sure you're cleaning your stones and your jewels under full moon light. All of your rocks and your necklaces and uh, your stones, things like that. I'm not wearing one right now, I'm wearing my dad, but I have tons of rocks and stones and protection, things like that. You guys need to make sure you're putting it out and you're cleaning it under the full moon light. It will also absorb energy. Everything absorbs energy. We are all energy. So at all times we're exchanging energy amongst things and with each other. And that is actually how dark entities and spirits, dwell in different people and things. Is like we just transfer constantly from one another the different experiences and circumstances that we go through. That's why I always say that we're all going to go through it. More than likely, just at different times. And I'm not saying that everybody will, because I've seen 86-year-old clients actually not There was an 86-year-old client that blew my mind the other day. And he had all his siblings still alive, and they were all also in their 80s, and they'd never went through addiction. They'd never suffered a death. They were very happy people, very positive. They had no idea what it would have been like to live anything that we had lived. So I have seen it. I have seen people get through all the way at least till they're 86. And not just them, but like whole families. And I have heard many clients tell me stories about how they work. And you know what? With the right guidance and with the right discipline, I think anybody can honestly grow up and be in the clean and the clear. But it takes a lot of hard work, dedication. And some of you guys want that. Some of you guys watch your families grow up in environments like that, honestly. And like it, some of you guys actually don't even have contact with your families because of it. And that's not something that you want for your children. It's saying that past life emotion lives in you. Past life emotion. Interesting. That's deep. So that's even deeper, you guys. That's not even, you know what? This is beyond this lifetime, whatever's bothering you. Some of you guys, shower of blessings, chariot, new beginnings. I don't know. I'm honestly hearing like, I heard two things. I heard that some of you guys have past life emotion that lives in you regarding an ex-lover, and some of you guys feel this longing and unsettling energy when it comes to seeing if there's something more out there. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? You've had a lot of really great opportunities. And for some reason, you always have to screw over the person that you're with and dip out and start again. You can't commit for some reason. You feel always constantly like there's something else and more out there. Some of you guys are not over a soulmate. Like a real soulmate, like from the past. Some of you guys were in love in your past life with somebody that's alive today. I think in this life. I've never said that, dude. Shut the hell up, dude. I've never thought that. I have always wondered why in the fuck we screw shit up, dude. I wonder. That'd be crazy, dude. Could you imagine if the reason why we never feel satisfied or settled is because there's a soulmate that's reincarnated coming for us? That's the energy I'm getting, bro. Shut up, dude. Yeah, for real. It literally says the chariot's coming. Dude, there's a chance, honestly, you guys are gonna meet somebody that legit you guys will feel like you've known before. And this person is somebody that you had a soulmate connection with in the past. And they are here. And I feel like they're back. And they're coming for you, dude. They're on their way. So that's the unsettling feeling that you've been feeling. That's why you guys haven't settled down. That's why you haven't gotten married. That's why you just don't know for sure, regardless of how good it is, if it's the right thing to do. Because, you know what? You are somebody who attracts really good people. But you already did this once, and you said forever when you made a commitment to this person. Some of you guys even lost your husband or your wife on this lifetime. They're back. Pay attention for signs of them. They've asked to come back down. They're not going to obviously look or be in the same form that they were when they left. But you will know. Some of you guys have already ran into somebody, honestly, lately, that just reminds you of this person, dude. And it doesn't even have to be a lover. But there is somebody that's here on this earth that's carrying energy, and they're coming forward to you. If this is not a lover and you see somebody that reminds you of your friend or your child or whoever it is that you have been thinking about that's missing and gone. Somebody's grandma was in there the other night. telling them to stop worrying about him and that she loved him and missed him. So there's plenty of different kinds of people that we have out there in heaven that we're thinking about. Somebody's coming down to either give you a message or has been reincarnated and wants to be with you again. For those of you who did not meet this person in this lifetime, it was one lifetime ago. And I'm hearing that it's going to be confusing. For you, you're not even the type that maybe even believes in this stuff. In fact, I feel like this was stuff that you guys might have used to look like. You guys might have been into astrology or tarot or any of that stuff when you guys were together in your past life. And in this life, you don't do that. You're a very logical person, or somebody that you know is very logical, and they're gonna have this like weird out of they're gonna have a weird out of the 3D experience. Like, they're gonna think they notice something that does seem 4D or spiritual or just really hard to explain, and it's gonna really throw them off, because whatever this sign or signal that they're gonna get, they for sure are reminded of this person that's passed, and it's just going to blow their mind. Like, they don't know how to honestly make up any other explanation for what they just saw or what happened. This is going to rebuild a relationship with you and somebody else. Some of you guys have siblings that have been really against, they've been kind of against you. I feel like, you know what I just heard? Somebody in your guys' family was murdered or something happened negative to them. This is just crazy. I really love you guys so much. I love channeling all this crazy ass energy. Somebody's sibling, like, I feel like somebody's sibling, honestly, like, okay, somebody's sibling was murdered or kidnapped or never found. The answers were never found. And it has been, honestly, your life mission to figure out the justice for this situation. And your family is very logical, and you stopped looking at a certain point in this investigation. It really hurt you to lose this person. And it hurt you even more that nobody seemed like they cared, that you feel like they didn't try that hard to look for them. They didn't try. I feel like they needed to try more, and they made you feel stupid for trying. They made you go to counseling, and they made you do for some of you, you could have just been told by your family that it's straight up over and that you need to get back into your regular swing of things. It turned you into this very serious and logical person. And that's why there's past life emotions that are still living inside of you. And that's why this new beginning that you're trying to have in your relationship isn't working out necessarily for you. Some of you guys are just carrying a lot of weight. And it does say that you keep trying to have this new beginning and that you keep coming to like a halt. The thing about new beginnings, you guys, is that we can't start a new beginning if... Sorry, my staff is texting me. I'm so tired. My eyes are like burning. Alright. We don't get to have new beginnings, unfortunately, until we take care of our old mess. It's the same thing as getting new furniture. You have to get rid of your old couches. We want new, we want better, we want beautiful, we want improved, but we don't want to get rid of our old shit. We don't want to pay to go to the dump. We don't want to clean up the living room. We don't want to wash the walls. We don't want to clean out the energy. You know what I mean? We just want to what? Hoard? You're a hoarder of life problems, and until you unhoard, you have to sanitize yourself in the house that you live in, which is your body, your soul, your mind. And if you don't do that, the universe will just patiently wait for you to do what you need to. A lot of people are waiting for the universe to give them these blessings. Shower of blessings, shower of blessing. Dear Lord, I'm praying for those showers of blessings. Like, that's what you guys keep saying, but blessings are always available. We have to clear ourselves and our mind and our body and soul out to receive them. The universe, God does not say no. He allows us to have whatever we want in our life. I do see that for some of you guys, you have, you're going to have something fast come in and offer you a different direction and a different opportunity suddenly out of nowhere. The Chariot's here. This is going to give you the opportunity to honestly pick and choose the direction that you truly want to go. This opportunity will require you to leave behind everything that you have obligations to at this time other than your children, if that's something that you have. The only thing that you are responsible for is your child. You are not responsible for their father or mother, and you are not responsible for staying with some girlfriend or boyfriend. If you would like to, and if they've been respectful, do whatever you like. But the way that you can determine whether or not you and your man or woman should be moving forward together in this chapter is if you guys simply have a healthy relationship. You also need to have the same things in common in this time of life. Because if you get distracted by somebody who is needy, insecure, jealous, controlling, or toxic, negative, any of those traits, this person is going to detour you on this path, and you're heading into the 4D. You're going there every time you fall asleep at night, for now, and until you complete your mission. Everybody knows that when we don't complete our mission, what happens? We do circles. We do cycles. So I'm not really the type that wants to spend that much time in the 4D fucking around. And I know personally how it does feel to be in a relationship with somebody that is confusing. It is very negative, and it's very emotionally consuming. Some of you guys need to ask yourself if that's safe for you during this journey. If you were really in control of, if you could say, oh, well, I can make it where it won't be like that. It's not going to be like that. Like, we've been getting better. You're in danger, straight up, dude, because everything out here in the universe can honestly tell when we're struggling. Everybody who knows anything about spirits or negative energy understands that when we're weak and we're not feeling like our best selves, it's when anything dark, humans, spirits, thoughts, emotions will attach to us. That's why it's recommended to try to stay as positive as possible, to try to solve things, to try not to ignore problems. Because you can't outrun yourself. And this is going to be the chapter where, for those of you who did do your shadow work and did complete the things that you needed to, and do truly understand what it was about you that you needed to clear up, because there was some sense of confusion within us. I think for me it was that I was angry at my mom. I blamed her for doing everything that she's done this whole time. I hated her for raising my kids, and I also hated her for leaving my dad. But since my dad died in December, she's really just like stepped up to the plate. Me and my little brother were always doing some dumbass shit, dude. And her and my sister, they just hold down the fort. They're real cool people. And sometimes, honestly, me and my brother get on everybody's nerves with the stupid shit we do. We took after my dad a lot. And it's been really hard on my mom. Sometimes we think our moms, or the parent in the house, honestly, that reacts the most is the mean one. And I realized through a few different events that happened recently that my mom was fucking She's one of the homies, dude. She's a cool woman, dude. Me and my brother both got into some trouble back to back this last year. And you know, me and my mom haven't been close for a long time. I'm gonna cry. You guys know I'm fucking such a pussy. It's just how you know you're getting better. Because I never cried. It was crazy. I'm such a weenie. But we both got into trouble, and I drove down to my mom's house. I was so scared. I crap you not, you guys. I sat in my mom's room. I don't think I left the room for 3 days straight. I realized that, you know what, I don't actually need somebody that often. And I was not ever that often that scared. But in that moment, I just needed my mom. Shit. Stop, dude, I'm doing makeup. Anyways, she let me sit in her room the whole 3 days, even though I was annoying. Me and my mom we're very different. And I am the annoying one in my family for sure. But I even said, Mom, like, do you mind if I sleep with you? Because I used to sleep with her when I was little, and she didn't really want to sleep with me, but she said I could if I wanted to. And she just made me feel safe. And I realized that for all those times that my mom turned me in, she sure as hell didn't want me to go back in this time. And she was worried about it. And it was really sweet to see. It made me feel like I was wrong about all those times that I assumed that she was mean and hateful and horrible things. And she wasn't. I could see that she was upset with, and she was like, why the fuck do you guys gotta do this shit? Like, why do you guys always have to be so stupid, Like, she doesn't want to be a part of that kind of shit. And you know what? She still fucking had our back, dude. She's really a badass woman. My dad would too. Every time I did anything, I'd call my dad and my mom, and they were just always there for me. And I just think that the message today, you guys, is just to, like, overcome anything that you're angry about. It could be your parents. Maybe you're misunderstood, and that's a really strong anger. So if they are still alive, try to revisit them, because I revisited them literally. This happened in November. And it wasn't up until that experience, that a bad situation ended up being a catalyst for change. I actually rebuilt my relationship with my mom and my brother that day. I haven't given my brother hugs in years. We got in this big family fight years ago, and it really tore us apart. It ruined us, and me and my brother were best friends, and my mom, everyone. My sister died, you know what I mean? It was like, it's crazy shit, And to be honest, we've never really, all been close. It's just been one shit show after another. One gets good, and the other one relapses. One fucking relapses, one gets good. Constantly. But that day was different. We all worked together as a family. And now when I leave my mom's house, everybody waves, and they're really sad, we just love each other. It's very different. And I'm just really grateful, honestly, to have such a wonderful and caring and supportive family. And I'm really also really grateful that I figured all this out for, I lost my parents. So my dad has passed, but I've always been pretty close to my dad, and he's always been pretty optimistic and positive. So I guess in a way I just kind of hated my mom, because she was the one who had to say everything and do everything, so she just seemed probably more noticeable. And sometimes we think the parent that is the loudest is the rude one, or whatever the fuck we just said, but at the end of the day, they were just there. They were just there. And they loved us very much, and I'm grateful. I do see that people are admiring your work. And I saw yesterday on 2 different horoscopes that it was kind of crazy. So a reality TV show is looking for something that you're into. If you are a Cancer, they're looking into you. You have the flavor that they like as far as a reality show goes. And then, ironically, I checked my email, and I got an email saying if I would like to appear in a fucking interview for a show and answer some questions about the success that I've been having as far as that website that I've been applying for jobs on. So, for those of you who have content or you have ideas that you would like to share, especially if you're a Cancer, it does have a lot of specifics regarding your success there and what to do. Ten of Wands means that whatever you have going on right now, honestly, is probably coming to an end. You've really came as far as you're going to be able to go in whatever you are doing right now. Sometimes the Ten of Wands can seem a little bit sad. You don't... Shit. You don't always like endings. Endings are hard to honestly understand that they're good. Just believe in yourself and believe in your abilities and believe that I can. Can you guys just please pray that I'm going to get to work on time today, because I'm a slacker. Dude! All by myself. Dear sweet Jesus, don't you? I'm just so afraid I'm gonna be late for work today. Don't be scared, girl. Don't be scared, girl. Don't be scared, girl. Okay, assessing. Somebody is watching you. Somebody that you don't even have any idea how thinks has been watching you for a while. Or you've been watching them. Somebody's assessing in general. Very, very, very closely. They're looking at you. And says that they see you're very hungry for something. Somebody is very hungry for either love or money or fame, or I don't know what it is, but there's like a hunger, and it's coming up in the reverse. So some of you guys either are too hungry, and then some of you guys have lost your hunger for your dreams or your goals. And it's saying that for those of you who are trying a little bit too hard to just chill out, and it's saying that for those of you who are acting like you ain't got no interest in the shit that you have always had an interest in, the universe is saying, who you playing, dude? Who you playing? Do you think just because you say words of hate towards things that you love that fucking changes the truth? Nice try, dude. That's what I keep telling you guys about you being too smart to be stupid. It don't work like that. Once you get as smart as you guys have gotten, it's just what it is, dude. You can make dumb choices, and you can fuck up your life, and you can backtrack, but you always remember. And with the way you think, as deep as you go, now already, do you think after this, you're not going to keep getting deeper and smarter every day? Yeah, you will. You're too great. You're too great to not know this. That's why, honestly, all these people hating on you your whole life hasn't really fucking bothered you that much. That's why you never did follow the path of another. That's why you are so stubborn. Because you know what? You are great. You know you're smart. You know that anybody else is telling you what to do, honestly, they don't need to be telling you. Because you, for one, yeah, you do. You do have the ability to freaking listen thoroughly to what people are recommending, and you do. Even though they're like, you don't fucking listen. No, I do. You didn't say bacon cheeseburger, though, so why don't you talk about something that matters or get out of my face? The brain hears what it wants, and I'll tell you what. If you say, Tara, do you want carne asada tacos? I'll be there. If you say, Tara, do you want to do math problems? I didn't hear you. I don't hear that. I don't hear shit like that, okay? I don't hear anything negative. I don't want to hear nothing about pessimistic stuff or people that don't want to solve problems. You know, it's honestly about channeling into your person and figuring out the reason for why they're actually just have like active or volunteer, like they have, what's the word, selective hearing, and it is like something that becomes like a habit. Your voice, they can drown out over time, but you could change that. You might need to change your tone, and you might need to change your approach. But for those of you who are struggling with rites of passage to anything, you need to just go about it differently. The reason why you're not gaining rites of passage to this new beginning, you guys, is because I feel like you're either not trying hard enough or some of you guys are trying too hard. And again, you know, there's been a lot of authentic reads coming up this week talking about how you have to be your true authentic self. So if there's anything that's out of alignment with that, you won't pass through the rites of passage. A rites of passage is a divine gateway, you guys. So you have to be divine. You have to be pure. Do you think that you're going to come in sneaking by God with any of your secrets or lies? No, because there was never a secret or lie. God has always known what's up. And he doesn't judge, but he does expect anybody that goes through that to be pure and healthy and clean and not bring negative energy into the realm. And some of you guys are carrying these past life emotions in you that you haven't solved, let go of, or healed. Some of you guys are missing somebody that is passed away. And there could be a chance that honestly you're not going into the 4D at this time because you are actually in a very weak state when it comes to their death and the circumstances of it. This could be the person that the sister or the brother or the sibling, somebody's family member was like murdered or kidnapped. And there was never, the mystery was never solved. Raped, I don't know, something bad. And if you're carrying rage and you are actually aware that you're going into the 4D and you're in my group and you're like, fuck yes, I'm going to get that motherfucker. Some of you are actually going demon hunting is what I hear. You're not going because we wouldn't let you do that. We would never let anybody in our group go in a rage. And you're going to stay because you have been denied rites of passage at this time because you know what? You're going to go on the next trip if you can learn to go get your sister or your brother. You know what? They're the ones that you're going in to rescue. You got your whole head messed up. We ain't in there to go and get revenge on demons. When it talks about invoking a spirit, that doesn't mean provoking a spirit. These spirits that you will be invoking more than likely don't have anything to do with the family member, and it's probably not even your duty. Whoever I'm speaking to, more than likely your sister or your brother is honestly trapped down in the 4D because they were murdered or whatever the fuck happened. And they are scared still. Whatever state of mind that they were in right before they fucking literally took their last breath, that's what they are feeling like in the 4D realm. They're probably still running and hiding in there. You can picture the 4D realm to be like a freaking wet little cave with holes and rocks and places for people to crawl into crevices. And I'm just picturing, honestly, the ones that are scared, and my dad's one of them. In these little caves, in these little holes, literally it's freezing, it's dark, it's wet, it's moist, it's terrible. It's everything bad. And then all surrounding them in this cave-like place is active spirits, just freaking spirits everywhere, walking around, looking all scary and shit. And I've never actually been there. I'm just imagining this. But for the ones that are going in to get family members who died from sudden experiences, that is what we're focusing on. I would never go down there and try to get demons, knowing that my dad was in there. I'm not even somebody that's mad at demons. Do you know that those demons are somebody else's family that they will have to come in and deal with? Those demons, maybe they don't have no family. Like, they have things that they, like what we're doing for our family that we're going in there to do. They're, hopefully, eventually, they'll have their own future ancestry line that will come down and do the same thing for them. So revenge, getting revenge, it's not an option when it comes to elevation. And if any of you are not elevating, the message today is that you're trying to get revenge or you want justice on somebody and you haven't actually figured out, you're not here to serve justice on anybody. It specifically says allow God and the universe to handle that. It says that we are not allowed to be angry and bitter over things that people have done to other people and handle it in our own hand, because that brings us down to the same level of them. If you hurt somebody who hurt somebody else, you are just like them. Two wrongs don't make it right. So make your choices very carefully and make sure that you act in goodness and integrity, because anything and everything is watching you right now, both good and bad. If you're not living in your light and your goodest self, angels can't be there for you and protect you. And if you're not protected by your angels, dark entities will attach to you and make you feel like you have the right to be mad. You have the right to get revenge. Let's do this. They're going to amp you up. So during those moments where you're feeling amped up out of nowhere, you might have spirits getting closer and closer to you, recognizing that you are struggling, and you need to pray and ask God for strength, forgiveness, courage, understanding, whatever it is that you need to heal, and tell him in specific what you're trying to heal from.